But like I said, a lot of men want to stick around because they don't even know that they're in a toxic, unhealthy relationship, because maybe they have too much invested. If you have too much invested, that can blind you. Yes, that can blind you because you can feel you have too much to lose. So it's like, shit, I'm not going nowhere. She's not going nowhere. Something, really drastic have to happen, when you invested so much. But yes, YouTube, what's going on? Witty P coming back with another one. Let's get it. I got to start the week off with some fire. We talking, dating, relationships, and more so talking to my man. I got to keep it balanced. Talking some, relationships, and I got to start the week off with some fire. And I'm going to talk about the biggest mistake men make in toxic, unhealthy relationships. Yes, the biggest mistake men make in toxic, unhealthy relationships. And it must be clear that not all men make this mistake, because some men don't even have an idea that they're in a toxic, unhealthy relationship. They just putting up with the bullshit, so they don't make a move. They just sit there and looking dumb and looking silly, so they don't even know that they're in a toxic, unhealthy relationship. But you have men out here that they want a temporary fix. That's what this mistake that men make is. It's a temporary fix. And I'm gonna get right into it. What is the biggest mistake that men make in toxic, unhealthy relationships? A lot of men try to seek out another partner sexually. Yes, and this is a temporary fix, because a lot of men feel like when they're going through bullshit at home with their girl, their wife, and shit like that, if they could just let off, get off with someone else and let off, they can build up enough energy to put up with the bullshit when he has to go back home and shit like that. And let's be clear, what is a toxic, unhealthy relationship? When you all just not on the same page. Simple conversations turn into an argument, no longer seeing eye to eye. Maybe the affection isn't there anymore, But like I said, a lot of men want to stick around because they don't even know that they're in a toxic, unhealthy relationship, because maybe they have too much invested. If you have too much invested, that can blind you. Yes, that can blind you because you can feel you have too much to lose. So it's like, shit, I'm not going nowhere. She's not going nowhere. Something, really drastic have to happen, when you invested so much. But yes, men try to seek out another partner sexually, temporarily. And this is a temporary fix, because what men don't realize, if you don't address that problem or whatever's going on, the root of the problem, nothing will ever get solved. So yes, you can put up with more bullshit when you able to get off of your nut, fucking off with another chick, another gal, whatever. Yeah, you can put up with more because you relieve some stress and shit like that, but that's temporary. What about when you're not able to, what if you don't have that duck off chick anymore? Or she's no longer available? Then what? The root of the problem or the issue is still there. So that's why I say it's a temporary fix. And I also don't recommend, men, ducking off with another female chick, because you run the risk of, getting caught cheating. That's number one. You run the risk of that. But also, a lot of men feel like when they talk about their problems or what's going on, they're viewed as soft. She won't respect you anymore or shit like that. Nah, that's not the case. If there's something really going on, that's needs to be talked about, needs to be addressed, you have to talk about it, because the root of the problem will always be there, no matter how many nuts you can bust off and duck off with, with another chick, another gal. Nah. Plus, you also run the risk of getting caught, cheating and shit like that. So that's why I don't really recommend, looking for that temporary fix. You gotta, face the problem, head on, in my opinion. You do. And we're all human. You run the risk of catching feelings as well. Like, all men can't have that little duck off chick that don't give a fuck, that he can just get that nut off with and shit like that. No, you got some females and some men out here, they catch feelings. You know what I'm saying? Someone that can understand his problems or seem like they can understand what's going on from the outside looking in, you run the risk of catching feelings as well. And once those feelings get involved, shit, everything started to be fucked up. When feelings get involved, we know how that can go. But yeah, that's the biggest mistake men make in toxic, unhealthy relationships. They try to seek out another partner sexually, and that's only a temporary fix. It is. It is. You always got to address the root of a problem and what's really going on. Because, like I say, you run the risk of getting caught cheating when you're doing that. But not only that, the shit just grows. The problem, you know, it sprouts. It becomes bigger and bigger, you know. So, and men, they, after a while, you can't hide the fact that you got someone to duck off with and shit like that, because she'll start to catch on when you come back home. Some days you could put up with her shit and some days you can't. You know, that she'll start to catch on, like, oh, the days he could put up with my shit, let me check his call log, let me check his phone. The days he can't put up with my shit, oh, he ain't been interacting with no, you know, motherfuckers start to catch on and shit, you know. So you nip that shit in the bud. If it's a problem, address that shit, because she'll start to catch on to your pattern. Like, if you got a chick that you could duck off with, you can get off with and shit like that, and she be tripping and trying to antagonize you and shit like that, trying to start some shit, and she see, oh, certain days you can put up with it, certain days you can't. The certain days you can put up with her shit, she gonna start checking your phone and shit like that. See, oh, he must have somebody he could get off with, shit like that. Women, you know, they far from dumb. I tell you that. Women are far from dumb, especially when coming to this relationship date shit. You know, they ahead of the man in this shit. That's why I be putting out my shit, trying to catch the man up. You know, I'm gonna start putting out way more too, because, you know, that's what I do. This is what I do. So I'm gonna put out way more. But yes, that's the biggest mistake men make in toxic, unhealthy relationship. They try to seek out another partner sexually instead of, you know, addressing the root of the problem. And like I say, that's a double no. That's a double no. Because you don't, first of all, you don't even address the root of the problems for it to stop, and you run the risk of getting caught cheating. Then she can accuse you of this, or this, that. Now it's all bad for you, you know. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. You know, I'm gonna keep the fire coming. Start the week off with some fire. Comment, like, subscribe. That's way you can help us share the video. If you're entertaining, hit that cash app. This is what I do. We out.